Welcome to Disrupt and Discuss with your hosts, E and KayCee. A Blue Shade Ventures production brought to you by It's Just ETV and My Herba by the Fitness Collective. Now, without any further ado, disrupt and discuss.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another podcast with Disrupt and Discuss. I am E.
And I am KayCee.
We are going to talk about another topic here in our health and wellness podcast. We are talking about the wellness lifestyle, unpacked beyond the basics. Let us know what you think. Beyond the basics, we're talking about the wellness lifestyle because it's a lifestyle, right?
Oh, for sure.
Definitely a dang lifestyle. And so with that being said, it's what we do, how we live. It's almost like a diet. I hate the word diet because it's momentary. It's like you
Correct.
do it for a certain period of time for a specific reason. And then once it's accomplished or not, you go back to the same old routine.
Status quo.
This.
There you go.
Right. But it's truly has to become a lifestyle. Eating differently has to become a lifelong thing, a journey. You can't just do it, for a certain thing. And then, cause you're going to go back. And sometimes when you revert back, when you gain the weight back, you gain back double, or at least, put on about 5 or 10 pounds extra because you denied yourself for so long.
Right.
You're like, oh, I need the pizza. I need the enchiladas. I want the shake. I want everything all in one city. And it's a wrap up. So definitely we're going to talk about, lifestyle. KayCee, you want to start us off?
Sure. So, when you're talking about lifestyle, you're talking about a whole plethora of things. You're talking about physical health, mental and emotional health, spiritual health, and environmental health. So, of course, we're going to go and unpack all of those issues. But again, what, E had said, it is a lifestyle. I remember back when I wanted to do a diet and I couldn't understand why people said, oh, diet, that's such a bad word. You're dying to the flesh, so to speak. And it's like, oh, now you done got spiritual on my ass. But at the same time, I've grown to realize it is a lifestyle. Case in point, I've been plant-based for 10 plus years, but there is a time when, hey, I might want to take a bite of something that isn't plant-based. And again, not that I'm changing and going back or what have you, but I had to realize that, okay, this is a lifestyle. So if you fell off the proverbial wagon, you can get back on and you can continue to move forward. The same thing with exercise. I'm going to get on my exercise bike and I'm going to do this on this day, this on that day. Some days I might not feel like doing shit. But again, it's that lifestyle that you might not need to work out and your body needs to rest. So by doing this stuff for over and over for a long period of time, that's where the whole lifestyle comes into play. I foresee myself having a few more years on this earth. I don't want to deny myself every damn thing that I would like. You have to not be so hard on yourself. And again, realize it's a lifestyle. And then it comes down to your mental health, because you can beat yourself up if you did something that you weren't supposed to do or was out of the guidelines, and everything is within moderation. Everything.
Absolutely.
What they say, all work and no play makes Paul or makes who a dull boy. You need to be able to take the time to take a step back to see just what your lifestyle consists of. My workout schedule changes from week to week because my lifestyle prohibits me from doing what I want to do on a daily basis. So I'm sorry. You would have thought I had your mushroom coffee over there. I'm just going.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay. I know it's a topic that's near and dear to your heart. So that's why I said KayCee.
Oh, okay.
Leader.
Well, if you insist, but yeah.
I read your note.
Oh, you did. Yeah. Okay. So, and you were there for the intro. So yeah, it's again, we'll hit all the topics. And of course, I've got more to add to them. But overall, getting to know yourself and know what is a lifestyle for you as opposed to a fad, that makes a big
Mhm.
difference. That makes a big difference.
I definitely agree with everything you said. You got to do what works for you. Not you have to find what is going to work for you. I feel a lot of people fail at trying to make lifestyle changes because they see someone they want to aspire to be like, but what that person does doesn't necessarily match with you and how
Right.
you can do things. It's almost like it's self-sabotaging yourself because you cannot live up to that expectation. You can just take little pieces of what that person does, maybe one thing, but don't try to do their whole regimen. That's their journey. You're trying to create your own journey. When you're talking about a wellness lifestyle, you want to create your own journey. What works best for me? What can I do and sustain and then add on as I go?
Exactly. Exactly. Sounds good.
Yes. Yes.
I'll buy that
Let's
for $1.
so let's get into what is it? The foundations of wellness. So let's talk about physical fitness
Well, okay, let's start.
as a
So,
wellness.
well, yeah, because, just what it says, physical. Some people think that that means immediately getting into a gym or getting a trainer and doing that. And I'm going to get
Right.
fit and I'm going to do this. Well, you know what? That doesn't work for everybody. Right where I live, there's tons of walking trails and you'll see some of the same people that are walking. So
Mhm.
physically, that is great. And something is what you would think is non-physical, but is very physical is gardening. I know some
Girl.
people that is their thing. I tried it for a while and was out there doing it. And I woke up the next morning sore as hell.
So
You don't realize if it's something that you love and something that you really enjoy doing, it is physical, but again, it's part of your lifestyle. There is the gym. There's all the classes at the gym with the pandemic and everything. People were doing stuff at home. I've got an exercise bike. I'm not trying to break speed records going fast and going nowhere even faster, but I do get on it and I do cycle. Sometimes
mhm.
I'll have Netflix on as I'm doing it because I
Okay.
need to have that physical fitness, that physical health to get the oil going, as they say,
Right.
and then other things that, I wanted to once upon a time get on stage and be a bodybuilder, be specifically fitness. Well,
Mhm.
okay, yeah, that was great, but my mental health sucked while I was doing it because in order to look like an anatomy chart, you have to do some things that aren't the best for your body to achieve that. And it wasn't for me. Everybody kept saying, "Ah, you can try it, but you're going to tell me I can't." Well, damn it, I'm gonna. But,
Right.
got out there and was trimming down, losing the weight, but I was the weakest that I could have possibly been when I was training for a show. I mean,
Right.
was looking great. I was like, damn, boy, look at that muscle pop. But at the same time, on a self-defense topic, I don't know if I could have really, fight or flight
Right.
come in, but I couldn't really do much except go from the gym, barely could still work out, but I had to work out at a certain level. And I
Right.
couldn't eat. My stomach was always growling. I didn't know if it was farting or growling. I don't know what the hell it was. And, but I looked great, but I felt horrible. So you had your mental health was and emotional health was horrible, but then you were looking great. So
Right.
I ended up stopping that part of it and changed to powerlifting. So
Okay.
now I have the energy. I'm not starving myself and my mental fitness is fine because now I found my niche. I found what worked for me. Again, your lifestyle. So that was
Right.
my wellness for me. And so you got to find what works. Do you walk around looking all spelt and all these muscles showing? No, but I could bench
Right.
press the shit out of somebody. But
Exactly.
again, you've got, and then that builds your mental health as well. There's all kinds of things that play into that. So I'm sorry. Did I go off on a tangent? I think I did. I'm sorry.
Physical fitness? You still giving
I'm
up
like,
physical fitness?
okay, I'm gonna come back. But yeah, starting out, you're physical. And if you
Yep.
can't get up in the morning and walk, that does something to you as well. So I want to be able to walk with my kids, grandkids, walk up the stairs and just the basic necessities and then build on top of that.
Right. That's key. You just have to start.
Right.
Even if you walk down the street and walk back. That's a start. Then you next day you walk a little bit further. You just want to build on it. The whole thing is just starting. And I think we defeat ourselves in getting into this wellness lifestyle by just planning out too much, putting too much on mentally to start. Oh, I gotta eat right. Oh, I gotta go buy all these groceries and make all this stuff. Oh, I gotta, join a gym. I need to get out here and run for, 2 minutes, 2 whole minutes or 5 minutes straight, without, and you really cause anxiety in yourself and you self-sabotage. You don't even want to start. By the next day, you're like, I ain't doing this shit.
Yeah, 'cause you're sore.
You got mentally sore because you ain't even started. You have processed and then you have totally failed all in your mind. You ain't even took 2 steps outside. Just start.
Right.
Just freaking start. And if you don't like to walk, I know because some people, I'll look at it like this. Some people who are, how can I say this? They are physically challenged. They may be a little bit more on the heavier side, not really comfortable getting out of the house, maybe can't get out of the house, maybe can't get up and stay mobile for any amount of time. You know what? If you got cans in your house, you got a jug of water or some big old jugs of iced tea, guess what? That's weight. Get some resistance bands. You can order those on Amazon. That's just doing that in the house. If you too shy to go outside, everybody has a reason for what they go through. But I'm just saying start. And it could be little things like that. A can of beans, a can of, something. If you got the big old can in your house, you can lift that. It's things in your house that you can do. There's really not an excuse. You're the only excuse that you're giving.
Yeah. And not waiting until, the first of the year is when I'm going to really do it. Do it now.
Do it now. Do it now. And just do little things. Just build on top of it. Build on top of it. And you don't even have to do like heavy. There's also things you can do like Tai Chi. You see those people, the people in the parks and they do
parks.
That's
Absolutely.
I have done that before. You get sore from that. And it's more of a steady movement and flowing. You can get sore. You will come home sore, relaxed, and it's mental clarity because you're out there in the elements and you're just processing things in your brain. It's very, very soothing. And it doesn't take much. You don't have to be in the gym pushing up weights or, going into a class. Some people are scared to go into classes, a Zumba class, even though I do encourage somebody to take a Zumba class because it is actually fun. You don't even have to know how to really move. It's fun.
Okay. Well, okay. That was, you know what? I might have been the only one, as my bestie would say, in the history of America that took a Zumba class and it was so fucking stressful for me. I decided not to.
Because you were trying to keep up? Were you trying to keep
Yes,
up? Part? You just gotta have fun.
No.
Gotta have fun. I went there and I was off beat the first couple of times, but the vibe was so wonderful. And then the people in the class were so loving. This one, she was an older lady. She was kicking butt with the move. I wanted to be like her, but I was like, my body ain't moving like that right now. She was like, Chica, don't worry about that. Just have some fun. And it's fun and you get to meet friendly, fun people. It's just it's
the fellowship. That's the fellowship
that
you get with that. Yeah. When I went, I was in my head. And those that know me know it's like, okay, Kimmy, don't take all that. KayCee, get it together.
You just gotta relax.
But I was trying to keep up because maybe I signed up for the advanced class and didn't really realize it or something. But I was in the back and I'm doing it. And, they're turning left. I'm turning right. I was like, fuck this shit. It was stressful. It was
That
stressful.
sounds like you too, KayCee. That sounds like you like.
Yeah, because I
Oh,
wanted to come and get it right the first time. I was in my head with it.
yep.
I felt
There
embarrassed.
you go. Yep.
And I already was the new kid. It was obvious that I was. And I was just like, you know what? And I think I went maybe one more time and I said, yeah, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
You're like,
It's all me. The class, and that's why I wanted to go because it seemed like fun and they're yipping and
right.
hollering. And it was all in my head. And
Yep.
again, that just wasn't my lifestyle. So I prefer personally to do the whole weights,
Yep. You gotta
rowing.
find what works for you.
Right,
Like KayCee
right.
was saying, you gotta find what you like. But the only way you're gonna find what you like is to get out there and try different things.
Yes,
You gotta do that. You can do water aerobics, very low impact, or swimming, very low
it
impact
was
tech.
good. I
Yeah,
enjoyed that.
I swim. When I do swim, that's a full body workout, but it's low impact on your joints. So there's really no excuse. You just got to get out of your own headspace and love on yourself a little bit. You deserve to create a life for yourself that you're happy with. And the only way you're going
Yeah,
to do that is if you take the steps to learn what you like, what you don't like, and try some things.
absolutely. I like doing what I do as far as weight wise because I'm not somebody's mom, somebody's employee, somebody's,
Right,
an entrepreneur. I'm just me right then, right, at that point. And that helps me detach.
right.
So, cause sometimes you could be doing stuff and whatever the issue is, it's weighing on your mind at the same time.
Yep,
For me, that's the only time when I'm not thinking about something else is when I'm doing something for me,
correct.
you know?
And it's all about you. It's everything that you're doing, like you said, it's about you. It's
Correct.
about your own personal growth, your own personal milestones. And
Oh,
that's what you really
absolutely.
should be doing. Yeah, that's really
Absolutely.
what you should be doing. In anything that you're doing physically. And I know people get scared to go to the gym because I was one of them. I was scared, believe it or not, to lift weights. If it wasn't for my husband, I used to lift weights in high school and stuff like that, but I would be nervous about getting over. I was like, what does this machine do? And I didn't want to be caught reading the directions. I was like, I don't know what it means. And I don't want to read the directions and be sitting there like, am I supposed to do this and I'm doing it wrong?
Right.
In my head, all up in my damn head. But, going to the gym with my hubby and just lifting weights, it actually is freeing. And I'm not even competing against him. I'm competing against myself. I'm trying to,
Absolutely.
push up a couple of pounds more than the last time,
Mm-hmm.
trying to bend a little bit better or make sure my form is better the next time because it's all about form and how you isolate sometimes in certain things and trying to do it correctly so the right muscles will get the impact. You just have to,
Absolutely.
yeah, you just have to get out of it. And yes, I went with my husband. That did help me get a trainer or go with someone that you like or you're friends with and try it out together. Just so you're not going by yourself if you have that fear. Because it was a fear of
Mm-hmm.
mine. Like I said, free weights, the machines I could do, but again, if I had to read it, I couldn't just look at it and see what to do and I had to read the instructions. And I kind of shied away from it. But free weights scared the hell out of me for a long time. But now I love them.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
love
mean, a lot of females, and hopefully this mindset is changing. But a lot of females think that, oh, I'm going to start lifting weights, free weights specifically, and then I don't want to get all big and buff. Well, if you're getting big and buff, you're doing a lot more than just lifting free weights. Sometimes, like in my case, you can actually re-sculpt your body. I'm not the tallest person in the world. I'm very short. And so also to be, was it mesomorph, I think is the specific word. And
Mesomorph?
so, yeah,
Okay.
because I'm pear shaped. That
Okay.
three different headings for that. And so one of the things that I work on is building my upper body so it looks more proportioned.
Right.
So now I'm like, I tell my husband, I'm pow, 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 pow. So
Okay.
that's did you need me to do that again? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. Yes.
Pow, 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 pow. So, but it's from the weights. If you were to see me, no, you're not going to, because I'm not dieting to, and I'm not starving myself. So you'll see every shape, but I got,
There
I
you
got,
go.
got
There
something
you
there.
go.
I got something there. But here's another thing. And I had to tell my mom as well, because, as you get older and you fall, where you falling? You're hurting your bones. Why do people that are older, they break their, what is it? Their arm, their leg, their
Yep.
hip,
Yep.
because the muscle has atrophy.
Yep.
And
It's
so
weekend.
my muscles are just, they're protecting my bone. So I tell people that, which is one of the reasons why I lift. And upper body strength is something that females typically do not have. We are more bottom heavy. You're childbearing, whether you have bared one or not.
Right.
But that typically is what it is. So therefore, my upper body was in worse shape. I couldn't really do much. But now it's like, if something were to happen and say your legs, you can't, you're on the ground and you got to move with your arm, you still need to have that upper body strength to get yourself to safety should something happen.
Yep.
Burning building, helicopter comes down, they have the rope, and
And
grab on.
pull.
If you can't pull yourself up, what the hell are you going to do? You're going to
Yep.
burn.
You're gonna burn.
So I'm looking at that kind of thing. It helps with your immune system. You're fighting off certain things, and you feel better in your clothes. I stand more erect. It's a lot. And again, your mental health plays a part in that. You're like, damn, I look, because there were times when I would go and I'd run past the mirror.
Right.
Maybe it's TMI, but if you got to throw up when you're looking at yourself in the mirror naked, it's like, okay, well, what we gonna do? Now I'll run. I go, oh, wait a minute.
All right.
I got to step back. All right. Girl, looking good. No one else is saying that, but I'm saying that.
Right.
And here
that's
we go.
the most important
I'm
part.
saying that about me. And, one of the other things, and use this as an example, when you're on an airplane, they always tell you when the mask comes down, you put it over yourself first.
Yep.
Then you help that other person. So if you can't get yourself together, you're depleted, how are you going to pour into somebody else?
Absolutely.
Like most of us, we have more than just one thing to do in our life. We are somebody's mom, somebody's auntie, somebody's daughter, Indian chief, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And, there's some days I don't want to hear my name called. I just want to sit and be left the fuck alone. You need to regroup. And that's when that mask comes down and you need to put it over yourself. And then you can be good with everybody.
Absolutely. And you talked about it. Let's slide into the mental health aspect of wellness and, what that means, not only with physical fitness, but your mind. What does that mean?
For me, it's like, am I okay? Knowing if you're not, for whatever reason that may be, some of us have childhood trauma, adult trauma, seeking help. And today, more than ever, there are so many other outlets. It used to be you had to go to some sort of a therapist. You had to go into a building. Now, there's so many different avenues to where you can be face to face. You can be on the phone. You could do any of that stuff and talk out what issues you feel that you have and you need help with. So being able to recognize that, hey, I'm not okay. Because I'll tell you, I might look at here, but there's days when I'll be honest, I might be curled up, not wanting to be bothered with anybody with the covers over my head. I don't have that luxury, necessarily, and there might be sometimes you need to talk to somebody that's not a family member.
Correct.
Because depending on what family. Say it one more time, you say?
Say it one more time.
You might need to speak with somebody who is not a family member, because the response you get from them might not necessarily be beneficial to you. It really isn't. And you don't necessarily want that chick getting around. And when you're coming down to Thanksgiving dinner, either you're getting a side eye or somebody going to bring it up. And you don't want to have that. Not at all. So you're speaking with somebody who's impartial to what you're dealing with, but not oblivious to what you're dealing with. And you can be open and honest with them. So there's
Absolutely.
tons of outlets now coming up. Because like I said, there's sometimes family, again, depending on the situation, sometimes family can do you worse than the stranger on the street.
It's funny that you said that because we actually, our show last night, shameless plug, tap in with
Go on, girl. Plug it.
On YouTube. We do this show every Sunday. We actually were talking about this. We were talking about
Really?
mental health and how, how you have to watch who you talk to. And it kind of went back to, it was a pour over from our last show, not this Sunday,
Okay.
but the Sunday before last. And they were talking about confiding in people other than your significant other. And they kind of asked me the question. And I told them that I don't really, when it comes to my marriage, I don't really involve anybody else in our marriage except us, because I don't trust my mom, my dad, my brothers, my cousins, be it that we're family, but they may not have my best interest at heart. Number one. Number two, they're, some of them have not been married, never been married. Number three, they may take the information and run with it, and now the whole family knows about it. You know what I'm saying? So now, like you said, we had Thanksgiving, Christmas, and everybody know my damn business. I'm the only one that don't know that everybody know my damn business.
Right.
So it's just, you keep those things in house, and you really have to learn that. And SBK was asking me where do I think it comes from? And I think it comes from just us as being people. You sit down and you're talking, and some people just tell all their business, and it's not necessarily a good thing to tell all your business to just any and everybody. We see it on social media all the time. People make posts and you're like, I can't believe she posted that on here. What? I don't need to know your business like this. You know what I'm saying? I think people are just so used to talking, but you're talking to the wrong people. You're telling your business to the wrong people. It's not very effective. And I think we've learned to sit down and just talk about any and everything, but not everybody has your best interest, and they're not helping. You're hurting yourself. You're not helping yourself. And that can cause mental health issues. So you back dealing with other things. But like KayCee said, like, you don't have to go into a therapist's office. There are therapists online. There's apps now for therapy where you can just sit on your phone and have a conversation with someone. There's chats. I know someone who actually is a therapist, and she does it online at night. So if people really need to talk,
they work around your schedule for sure.
Absolutely. It's so much out there that you can utilize. It don't take a lot of coins. And a lot of these apps are subscription. I always say, like we were talking about before, what do you spend your money on? I mean, you might say, oh, I can't afford it. But if you go out and buy Louis bags, YSL bags, concert ticket, going out to eat every weekend, that's at least $100, $250. You can afford it. You have to think about yourself sometimes. Think about what's better for you. Is it better for you to go out drinking, eating all the time? Yeah, it's communal, but is it really healthy? Is it really helping you in the long run with your life? But yes, mental health is definitely, it plays a huge part in your wellness journey. If you really don't have the coins, get a book. So many personal development books, self-help books out there that you can read. If you say, I don't have money to buy a book, there's subscription apps. Don't cost a lot of money. And then there's even the library. You don't even have to pay for it. You just go in here and fill out a library card.
Ooh, the L word.
It's still free.
Okay.
They still exist. They still exist. And
you got to find them, but they still are out there.
There's some, I think we only have one. I think
it's a teeny one, actually.
Yes. Mm-hmm. They still exist. If you really want something, you will find a way to get it. I've come to find that out. If you really want to change your life, passionate about doing it, guess what? You will find a way to get the tools that you need. We're giving you little ideas to make you think, especially with regards to your mental health and your physical wellness. Some things don't cost much. Some are free. You just got to change your mindset.
Yeah, for sure. You got to tell everybody your business. Well, just one last little thing I wanted to say about that too is,
absolutely,
now with folks in your personal life or your marriage or your love life, again, depending on who you talk to, and I can only say this as a parent because I don't want to know all of your business. And the reason being, if you're telling me about your spouse and you're not happy with them, and then here I am all pissed off, ready to whoop off in somebody's ass, then you guys have already made up. Now I'm still mad.
Heated.
Yeah. And I'm like, ain't this some shit? You done told me this, and now y'all are cupcaking over there. And
Right.
so that makes it really conflicting. And it's like,
Yes.
well, what do you do? So again, having a person outside of your friend group, network, however you want to call it, that's not in the middle of that, that makes a big difference. And and a lot of times when you're talking to other people that aren't invested in you like that, they will give you an opinion you may or may not want to hear. Because sometimes people will tell you
Right.
what you want to hear. I didn't want to hurt her feelings.
Yeah, you touched on something. A lot of people won't tell you what you need to hear. They tell you what you want to hear. You see that a lot on social posts. Oh, girl, you got this. Or, oh, girl, he ain't nothing. But that's not really what they need to be telling you. You need someone, you do need an outside opinion that is not necessarily someone who doesn't know you. They're on the outside looking in, so they can
Right.
be objective and give you something a little bit critical, something you may not want to hear, but you need to hear. So absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
Stop depending on these people. Stop letting these people endorse your foolishness. Stop allowing these
And
people to endorse your foolishness.
and they might want you to fail anyway sometimes.
Yes, they enjoy watching you crash out.
Yeah.
Yes, we gonna keep it 100 on here. So we gonna keep it 100 on here. Another one is, let's talk about spiritual practices as far as your health and wellness.
What you got to do what works for you. I've been to a lot of different churches, and in my journey, it made me really evaluate if I really needed to be at these particular places. I learned a lot. Not going to get specifics to different religions. I grew up in the Catholic Church. My grandmother did the whole communion confirmation that when I was younger because I had to do it in my household. So then as I got older, I decided, okay, that's not for me. The practices that are part of that did not align with me. So I tried other religions and everything. It was okay for a minute because, like I said, you can always learn something from anybody, whether it's something that you like or you don't like. And if you don't like it, now you know that you don't and why you don't. So I was able to embrace a lot of different religions and ways of doing things. And after a while, I just realized, yeah, you don't need to be, my personal opinion, you don't need to be in a building. I don't need to run with the same folks because some of these religions now claim to be, yes, I'm the greatest. But some of the shit I see in the world today, and it's like, you call yourself a what? You do what? And this is what you do. I don't want to be bothered with you.
Right.
I don't know how specific you want to get on, but honestly, I've seen the holier than thou sometimes do the worst to people. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm good. So is there something greater than myself? Abso-fucking-lutely. I try to treat everybody the same way they treat me. I'm not one that's going to turn the other cheek if you do something. I'm not that one. So, but at the same time, I live and let live. I'm concerned about what goes on in my house. I could give two shits what you're doing in your house. Does it affect me? No, we're good.
I love it. No, I said spiritual practices, and I know you looked at me like, is we gonna go here? No, we're not gonna go deep, but with regard, I mean, it is a part of a lifestyle. I feel that if you're a person that is walking this earth, you have some sense that there is something higher than you, something beyond you. I don't know what to tell you, but normally have a sense of there's something here, there's something bigger than me, and there's a reason why I'm here. And so a lot of people seek it. And I think if you don't have some type of spiritual awareness, spiritual guidance, something that you're looking to learn, then it does play into your mental health. It does play into how you walk this earth. Now, what that looks like for you, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to give what you should be doing because I don't know what that is for you. I know for me, I'm a Christian, but I've also learned to look at things, aspects of things. I think sometimes there's a lot of fear mongering that goes on. You really have to read things for yourself. Read the Bible for yourself. Whatever you subscribe, read it for yourself. If I can say anything, stop having people tell you what to believe, tell you what to think, and kind of get in there for yourself. Now, I can understand if you need some type of guidance, you have questions, absolutely look for people who can help you with that. But definitely seek things for yourself. Learn to get some understanding for yourself. If you don't understand a word, thesaurus, get a dictionary, do what you need to do. But a lot of people get fear monger, and then a lot of people just go to a lot of places, institutions, like you said, and they just go with the flow of things, and they ain't into the book but 2 minutes, the time they was in there. So
Right.
get some type of, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, in giving that person on the pulpit carte
With power.
blanche to tell you, it powers the word, and taking at face value what they're saying. And one thing I will share that I did work at, I was assistant to a pastor for like maybe 3 months. It is a business. It is a business. And I learned a lot. It was a great experience in the sense that I was able to see behind the scenes, nothing nefarious going on or anything like that. But
Right.
honestly, it is a business. And as the kids would say, I'm good. I don't even think they even say that no more, but I'm good. Just
Right.
all that was involved. I just was like, this isn't for me. And granted, they're paying you, you're working there, but I have to be in that environment. And if I
Right.
can't give my better self, it wasn't the right fit for me. I was no longer there that 4th month. I was gone.
Absolutely.
But it does make you look and seek for yourself. And then, sometimes it does bring up questions. How come you're only talking about this, but you're not talking about that? There might be a scripture that is written and everybody's like, yeah. But did you read the few sentences before that particular scripture or a few sentences after that scripture,
Right.
instead of just
Context.
getting right in there and saying, oh, this is the word? Well, that's part of it, but let's read the whole paragraph,
Right.
that kind of thing. And again, like you had said, the fear mongering, oh, you're going to go to hell. Well, you know what? I won't be alone. I got friends in both places. How about that? So wherever I end up, I will not be alone. Okay.
I got friends in both places. Look, that's KayCee. I'm gonna tell you, she gonna keep it. She not sugarcoated for you. But yeah, I definitely feel that it's important to have some type of discernment or desire to seek out something that's bigger than you. And a lot of times when you do that, that will help you with your purpose as well as you walk in this life.
And lastly, once you find what it is for you, it's going to just come out of you. It will come out of you. When you walk in a room, something about you, I don't know what it is, So
You don't
again,
have to come
I'm
in,
not.
I'm a Christian. Oh, Jesus. If it's in you, they will see it.
You don't have to. One of my friends was telling me, I don't wear any insignias or whether it be necklaces or rings because then I don't need to tell you who I am. And like you said, it will come out in you. And this person has the patience of Job. Because I'll tell you, I would have been like, blank, but blank, 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 blank.
That patience ain't your superpower, huh?
I mean, within reason, but once you find your purpose and I found what works for me, you can see it when I walk through the door.
Absolutely.
I think you can.
Because you're walking in what you truly desire.
And I'm not trying to fit some mold or, this is what I'm
fit a square peg into a circle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's a rhythm. Once you're in that rhythm of who you are and, what you're doing, it will flow. It
Absolutely.
will flow.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a good one. That was a good one. I like that. What else can we talk about with regards to, we've talked
Well,
about your physical.
uh-huh.
What,
There's
which one else?
environmental health.
Real quick.
Yeah.
We're going to stay spiritual real quick. I forgot about this. And I also put this in, which is bad that I forgot about it. Gratitude. If you can do nothing else, gratitude. Wake up in the morning and just say, thank you. I woke up. Thank you. I have a roof over my head. Thank you. It's sunny outside. Thank you. I have a family. Thank you. Just being grateful for just the little thing. Say, thank you. I can talk. Thank you. I can walk. Thank you that, so many people don't have these things and we take it for granted. The things that we take for granted are things that you should be thankful for. The fact that you can speak, hear, and see. There are people that don't have that, right? Some weren't even born with it. Just being those gratitude moments, if you can wake up and truly be thankful and just start saying it out of your mouth. Don't just think it. Say it out your mouth. Say it out your mouth. Say it out of your mouth. What you are thankful for, your day will be a lot better. And for me, I'll be like, thank you, Lord, for waking me up. Thank you, Lord, thank you for my family. Thank you for clothes on my back, food to eat. Thank you for just blessing us with every opportunity for this day. Things like that will set the tone for your day. So if I can say anything, start with gratitude. That's a little thing that you can do. Don't take nothing. Just start with just what you're thankful for. The covers on your bed that are comfy.
Right.
It's little thing.
Because as you can see, along with the gratitude, and I'll segue into environmental. I don't know where all of you that are listening reside, but where I live, there is a humongous homeless population or unhoused, whatever the perfect word is, but people don't have roofs over their head. And just being thankful for that in itself. And some of it is because they choose not to. Very few. Mm-hmm. Everybody's got a story. Some people still have a regular 9 to 5 and they live in their car. That I know for a fact. And thank goodness for a gym membership where they can go and shower. All seriousness aside, the thankfulness, and some are thankful even while they're doing that because some don't even have that. So instead of always like, I want this, how come I don't have that? Just a lot of us are one paycheck away. Do you have 6 months in the bank? Do you have a year in the bank should something happen? And a lot of people can honestly say no. Right. So again, gratitude for sure, because in a blink of an eye, an injury, a medical bill, something something catastrophic can happen and you don't see it coming. So definitely gratitude. I agree wholeheartedly.
And you said you wanted to segue into the environmental.
Right. And, and that's where, the whole environment, what is your environment? Sometimes your environment might not be the best for you or conducive to you. I'm not talking about where you live. I'm just talking about the friends you hang around, the places you go, the places maybe you should go. Once you start doing things for yourself, you will start to meet and run into people with the same like-mindedness. And that's how your friend network, your social network starts to build from there. One of the things that we said in our intro, E and I, we used to hike together and we used to go to the same church a long time ago, but it was like a high-by basis. We never really had a lot of conversation. I knew her husband by way of my daughter, who also was part of the church and everything. And we knew each other like that. And so now as time went on, we ended up hiking together, started on those walks, those fellowship times. You're walking, getting your vitamin C, you're getting your exercise in. And we realized we had things in common. Now, would we had met each other in passing, probably hang with each other? I'm going to say no.
Probably not,
And
right?
yeah, and it's only because of our personalities. But we didn't know until we started doing like-minded things that it's like, she's 8 feet tall and I'm 4 feet tall. So it's like, we're looking like Mutt and Jeff, but we've got a lot in common. So it's easy
Right.
to sit here and talk and bounce things off of each other. But again, how we not have done some of the same things, we wouldn't have known. We would have still been, hey, how you doing? Oh, that's so-and-so's wife. Oh, okay.
Yep. Exactly. I definitely agree with that. We never would have known
Mm.
the little things about each other. And then lo and behold, here we are. Who would have known, right? Just hiking. You're networking. You're building, like you said, building friendships, building network. You never know what someone else can bring to, your thought process and help you elevate. Because I look at KayCee, she's definitely helping me elevate. She doesn't see it that way, but
I don't.
I see it that way.
Okay.
What she's doing behind the scenes when you guys see her boot camp that she went through and her
The blocks.
product
Season 17.
season 17 and exactly, and her product line, she's definitely inspired me in a lot of ways. And then it's definitely good to be around like-minded people. And sometimes you don't get that right in front of you.
No.
We're in the same city.
Yeah.
Sometimes, might be somebody in a whole nother state, whole nother country. This is, it's Kismet.
Well, and the thing too is like, as far as the, doing the podcast, I mean, we came together again, doing like-minded things, but you were already doing this. You could only take it to a certain point where you're talking about how I'm elevating you, but shit, vice versa. I mean, come on. Getting on here and talking, I always kept thinking, oh, I couldn't do that. I can't do that. Well, I'm not going to, yeah, I won't shut up.
Because she's good at what she does when you're talking about something that you're passionate about.
When you find
Right.
your purpose,
Yep.
so as far as, gratitude, and I'll say it again and again, I appreciate you, E, because you're making this happen for me and I appreciate it. So,
And I appreciate you
and
too.
I don't take it lightly
Correct.
at all. So, and another thing that we had talked about as far as the whole gratitude, and then I'll continue to move forward and stop going back, is even in my other life and daily stuff when I talk to people. One of my besties, she always would say when she got off the phone, hey, I appreciate you. And I was like, don't take all that. And then I picked that up from her. So whenever I'm dealing with business and what have you, and somebody's doing stuff or maybe not doing stuff, I appreciate you. And it's
Right.
not just, just said just because they have done something. And it's like, yeah, I might have paid you still, but still, I appreciate you. Thank you. So
Exactly. It goes a long way. It goes a long way. People don't think that just little words like that, I appreciate you, or thank you, or you didn't have to do that, but thank you so much.
yeah,
People
exactly.
don't get that at all. I think we don't understand that everybody's not walking around with our same life experiences or have come from what we come from or have experienced what we experience. That's why some people, when you give hugs, you don't trip, but some people really don't get hugs or they don't feel liked or never been told that they are likable or have a nice smile. I always try to give people compliments. I like your smile, or I like your shoes, or I like your makeup, and just change their whole demeanor by just noticing, recognizing just little things.
Absolutely.
You want to say
Goes a long way.
environmental. Exactly.
Yeah.
It goes a long way. But environmental, I like what you said about your spaces. I want to talk about your space, like in your house, environmental. Sometimes that wellness comes in your house. Like if you have, and I suffer from this, you guys. So I had clutter. And sometimes if you have a lot of clutter,
True.
you cannot freaking function. And I am a living, breathing, walking testament to that. And I was dealing with it for a while because my headspace was I had so much going on. And not to get into, everything about what I had going on, but KayCee, I couldn't function to where I couldn't even do the littlest things to make sure that, my space was right.
It can
And
paralyze you. You're right.
yeah, just your thoughts, just overthinking about things that haven't even happened, but you're trying to get prepared for something that may happen, and it can mess you up. So environment, once I took one weekend, I just went through my room. I just went through and decluttered and threw a lot of stuff out. Shampooed the carpet because I wanted to make this space back to where it was. And I can't tell you, man, I felt a relief.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's my space back, my space, and I'm relaxed in it. I can think better in it. And people don't take that in consideration when you're dealing with a space, and it may be clutter, whatever you're dealing with in your house. It can be detrimental to you. It can throw you off how things should be, how you should be thinking. You can't focus on one thing. You're all over the place. But when you kind of like declutter or straighten some things up or even change some furniture, can change your outlook in that room to where you're open to think. And I'll even liken it to this because I work remote. Sometimes coming and working in the same spot over and over again, even though I'm in my house, I'm still in the same spot. I can get mental block. I can get like, oh my
Right.
God, I'm still here. I can't think. I don't want to work. I can't get it together. But a simple change of going to a coffee shop, going to, some place where they allow you to have your laptop and, just outside changes. And then you get inspired. You get, you can get some things accomplished. You can get some things done, and you're seeing people. Just that little change helps you with, your mental clarity.
I agree.
Yes. That's all I got right now.
I'm just taking it in.
But yeah, to me, it speaks volumes. And I think, what do we have? It was something else with regards to eco, kind of like your ecosystem.
Well, I don't know if this fits into it, but one of the things that helps me a lot, I definitely love incense. That lifts things up. When I get up in the morning, people make coffee. I light my incense and get the day started. And I'll implement, as we're speaking now, the whole gratefulness aspect of it. My type of gratefulness is I burn incense. I have my candles, and I'm bringing in the day. Thankful that I got through the night. I don't physically say it, but it is shown with how I do things. Open up the drapes or what have you, and just get the day set up, and I'm going like that. So for me, that really helps to lift spirits, at least mine. I don't know about anybody else's, but don't really give a shit. But it's mine. Okay. But it helps. It helps. It really does.
I love that. And I do that too, because my curtains are both in our bedroom and in the living room, in our living area. It's those blackouts. So it's really dark. It just changes the whole environment of the space. So I definitely can relate to that. And incense, I like incense. I like candles. I have mostly candles now. I went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and Home Goods one day. And Target. Lord have mercy.
Goodness.
I'm going to show you one just right here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. And then don't stop, because sometimes I light them for the show.
Oh, okay. I've seen those.
Yes. I go for Zoomers. And, the smells of them. Even when I make up my bed, make up the bed every morning, and I'll spray like some lavender on the pillow, after I've made up the bed, to just, that the relaxation feel, So it definitely, I feel, yes, you have to set the tone for your environment, and those things help. Those curtains open, and those curtains like, good morning.
It does. It makes a difference.
Also with, what is it? I think there was one on here about environmental far as waste and get rid of stuff. We live in California, so we're kind of overdoing it and all that. We got mandatory composting, mandatory recycle. We got
like
about 3, 4
5 garbage
bins.
cans you put out on certain days.
It's like, girl, we overdoing it. So, you know, that is something, if you don't live in a state that helps with that, separate your things, good for the environment, your composting, your recycle, all that stuff, that helps with your environmental footprint, your environmental wellness. Definitely deal with those types of things as well. But like I said, we live out here, it's mandatory.
Yeah.
Even if we didn't want to, we have to. Even if we didn't want to.
And we put 3 cans out every night.
Okay.
Once a week. There's just 3 cans.
Once a week. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because it used to be they would rotate with different ones, but now it's like all 3 every week. Well, to me, that's all we have. Do you have anything else?
Man. God, it's quick. I would every once in a while I'd peek up and I'd see the time and I go, okay.
Hopefully you enjoyed this topic. Hopefully we've given you some tidbits to hold on to gravitate to. Let us know again in the comments. Let us know what you think about the topic at hand or the topics that we have been tackling. We would love to hear from you guys. And if you have any ideas for any topics, I always say that I love to hear from people and let me know if there's a topic that you want us to discuss. We like to research. And as you can see, we're done with some stuff. So definitely let us know. Well, we give it our own little spin. We talk how we talk. And like we said, for those who are not watching the video, we have a ticker that says we are not your medical people. We're not giving medical advice or anything like that. This is just us talking about things that are near and dear to us and that we are passionate about. It happens to be in the realm of health and wellness. We're not scientists, we're not nutritionists, we're not dietitians, but we do have a life that we've lived and we've accomplished some things in these areas. And so we like to talk about it. Hopefully you guys like to listen. Hopefully you guys like to listen. Until the next one, again, we are on all social media. We're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Hopefully you enjoy it, and we will see you in the next one. Until then, bye.
Tiki Barber here. I remember those grueling practices, pushing through fatigue and striving for greatness. Well, that's the same dedication My Herba puts into their supplements. They understand the body's needs. My Herba takes a holistic approach to wellness. Whether it's their sea moss, immune defense, or even sleepy time, they have an option for you. Let My Herba make the best you with code BARBER10 for 10% off at thefitnesscollectif.com.